and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Lisette, an intuitive guide and energy healing practitioner. I share divination, sound healing, and energetic insights to support your journey. So today we're going to be diving into a collective reading as Mars stations direct after its retrograde since December 6th of 2024. And this shift is opening up fresh energy for clarity, inspired action, and deeper alignment. So we've spent the past couple of months learning how to balance movement and rest, and now it's time to integrate those lessons and step forward with intention in our lives. So I'll invite you to take a nice deep breath to settle in, and we'll explore the messages that are coming through for us as a collective at this moment. And if you do enjoy this reading, be sure to like or subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. So we're going to start with the Archetypes Oracle deck by Kim Krans, and we're just going to see, what does Mars want you to know at this time? Okay, beautiful. So far, we got the Crone and the Mountain. So with these two cards coming out, and especially, so we have a 13 here, and then we have 33. So this is really showing, honestly, Mars is really wanting to acknowledge, like, what is it that you have, I'm almost like getting this essence of like, I don't know, like when someone is rewarded a medal or rewarded something after, like, they took a lot of time and dedication towards whatever it was or it is. So the Crone energy is really something in life that, like, as an archetype, that you have gone through these many seasons within, and that you finally are coming to this point where there's this deeper embodiment of this wisdom. And also, I always see the crow as a bird that really allows us to honor our intuition more and honor the different realms of experience. So this to me is showing that Mars is really inviting you to know that at this time it's important to honor, especially since the Mountain is here as well, to honor the journey that you have like been through the past few months. And with the Mountain card coming out, and I don't know if you could see the little person right there standing within the mountain, and there's like yellow and red. So maybe during this retrograde period, you've been inviting yourself to really find more rootedness and security and safety. And even like, I'm really thinking of like cleansing and purifying your root and solar plexus energy centers. So in this time period moving forward until, I believe, May 6th, when we end the post-shadow period of the retrograde, this is a great time to really be sure that you allowed yourself to fully rewrite the story within those spaces within your energetic system. So thinking about like, yes, like how do you allow yourself to feel safe, not just within your body, but within your community, your surroundings? How do you allow yourself to honor what your needs are, to let others give to you, but to be able to give, and to also, I'm hearing like to not control things, to allow for, I'm looking at some of these like blue and deeper purple colors, so to allow for greater trust in your intuition and knowing how to move so that you can allow yourself to be more open and receptive to receiving that which could really support you with creating more of this solidified foundation. And in that, also honoring all that has already been built, all that has been structured within your life, within your body, and just knowing that if you find, how do I want to say, if you find that you have triggers or continued things of like how, like what it is that you're desiring, if you have frustrations because you're not feeling like you're getting wherever quick enough, allowing yourself to kind of tap into like more of this meditative state and to honor, like really deeply honor how far you've already come. So yeah, and then here I just noticed this coin has the Star of David on it, so maybe that is symbolic to you. So let's see as well. Okay, so I looked at the back of the deck, and this was the card that was on there, and I'm actually going to pull the other one that's there too. So we have the ocean that also came out as an archetype, and the vow. So this is really beautiful because if you weren't aware, Mars was retrograding within, it started in Leo and then it moved into Cancer. So today, February 23rd, Mars is stationing direct within Cancer. So Cancer is tied to the moon and the ocean, and that essence, the mother, if you will, which is even more beautiful because from the mother, we have this like trifecta of like the maiden, the mother, and the crone, and we have the crone here. So it's this last almost this last phase within this trifecta until it loops back around again, which is also such perfect and beautiful timing since spring is going to be around the corner. So at this time, Mars is really sharing like what did you learn during this time of having Mars within Cancer? How did you allow yourself to find greater awareness within your sense of existence, but knowing that like you can honor like your specific channel of consciousness and what it is that moves you forward and what it is that you bring to the table within the wisdom that you have gathered within your life. And then here we have the vow, which I think this is beautiful because we do have yellow here. And there was that yellow that I was seeing in the mountain as well. So this is really showing like, at least to me, it's making me think of our solar plexus, like our ego, our consciousness of communion with self. And it's like what within all that you have experienced since December 6th, do you really feel that you want to really deepen your commitment to? And also, how do you want to allow yourself to find deeper connection with others or with spirit or God or source, your angels, ancestors, whomever it may be, even animal guides as well, because it's like this really beautiful, how do I want to say, like remembrance towards what it means to be devoted to the role, the part that you're playing within the collective consciousness, and allowing yourself to be more fully seen and to soar above, and allowing whatever that may still be lingering in the darkness within yourself or in the shadows to not be the reason that like your light or your I almost want to say your desires, but your drive, it stays like muted, right? So how can you allow yourself to just it just feels like this, just trusting and just going and just knowing that like there's a path, especially since the mountain the person's in the middle, the center of the mountain, right? Like generally you can't just like walk through a mountain, but to me, this is really showing that like in the deeper, like Mars is sharing that in the deeper commitments, or let's just say, I guess the word devotion is wanting to come through. So whatever it is that you're really wanting to be devoted to, that you're making a vow to, that you're allowing to really resonate through your energetic field throughout the universe, really, to know that like you're being heard, and to really trust where you're being guided, and to continue to allow for cleansing and purification as well. One, I looked up and saw 1122, so maybe that's significant for someone. But another thing here as well, just from that like cleansing and purification process, it might be really supportive to work with water at this time in a really intentional or ritualistic way. So if you have access to the ocean, maybe going to connect with that archetype, that elemental of just water, and also really thinking of things that like activate this like yellow essence for you, that allow you to feel this softness but this vibrancy within yourself, and also to witness that in another, so that you can become inspired to keep allowing yourself to rise higher and higher, but in a way that is like you're not forgetting about others, or this like bigger picture of what you're contributing to. So it's almost like this selflessness essence is coming through. All right, so next we're going to see how can you integrate the lessons from this Mars retrograde with ease moving forward. So we're going to do the Beyond Lemuria deck by Izzy Ivy. So let's see what we get. And I do like apologize if my voice sounds weird. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sick, but my voice has just been going in and out. But I've been feeling so called to record this video, so I'm doing it. So maybe that's a nice little message for someone of like, maybe if you've been processing some things through your throat chakra, how can you allow yourself to really honor your truth, what it is that you want to share, your expression, and to really respect and value your word. Okay, so here we have stepping through. So beautiful, especially we were talking about that little person and like going, like you can't generally go through a mountain. I want to share a little story because it just like popped in my head. But so I was just in Utah this past week, and my partner and I, we went to Bryce Canyon, and there were the hoodoos, and we were just reading about how the rock formations are formed. And there's this process of, I think it's just like freeze wedging, if you will. So there will be like cracks within the rock structure itself. Like it'll rain, and then it gets cold enough to where the water freezes in between the rock, and it expands the rock and it makes it crack. So, and then over time, it just begins to create these beautiful or just like different structures. And then, of course, the wind has a part to play in it as well. So this, to me, and in me sharing this story, is really symbolizing as you allow yourself to really integrate what it is that you've been learning as far as taking rest and action, and allowing yourself to evolve your consciousness within your emotional intelligence, there is this greater awareness of like what is melting. So thinking of like if you had stored emotions or thoughts that kind of froze into your structure, and we're just going to pretend that the rock or like the mountains are your body in this analogy, and all of that freezing that occurred, and that it expanded, and it created all these cracks and these crevices, if you will. Now, because that if you're honoring, as you continue to move about this time, everything that you become aware of, and the space that has been created interesting, with your mind now being this air elemental, you can allow yourself to really cultivate and your path, your journey more intentionally in a really deeper way, because now the mind, and along with your emotional body, the water that has melted, the water is nourishing you, and your mental body is now blowing some of the debris from the rocks, from these parts that expanded but that were holding these densities that no longer have to anymore. So now there's this space that you can be creative and allow yourself to choose, like, how do you want to shape the stone, the mountain, your body, and how can you honor that stepping through. And this person here, they don't really have much covering their body, so they're very pure, and it's very light, and there is a beautiful hummingbird and butterflies. So there's this transformation. There's also this playfulness, and we have a lotus. So this connection, maybe even thinking of, like, if you've been receiving some, like, more intuitive hits within your life, how can you allow yourself to trust what you're receiving? And then there's these bubbles in the hearts, and I don't know why every time I look at this deck, whenever I see objects in the little hearts, I always think of, like, well, what does it mean to pop those bubbles and allow the essence of the heart, the love, to be more expansive and to be felt more deeply, and in that strengthening your light and your consciousness, so then you can work with these different geometric structures within your of just for simplicity's sake, I'll just say within your beingness, so you can explore not only more of yourself, but more of all that is, more of divinity, of the source, of spirit, and even connect more deeply with another. Okay, so let's do one more card from this deck. I felt like that was a lot from that. Okay, and then we got higher heart chakra, which is so beautiful, and then furred and feathered friends. So this is playing off so beautifully to the stepping through. So at this time, if you have had heart expansion, is what it, like, this is, allow yourself to really step through more fully. If you have cleared out any imbalances with a lack or not feeling secure, or even if you've been in judgment, but now you're allowing yourself to explore, well, what does it mean to just honor the innocence that's present, like whatever it may be for yourself. This is asking you to take that vow to be committed to that change that you have been choosing, so you don't forget from all that you move through, and so that you can allow yourself to really stay within these experiences of this bliss, this inner peace, and these deeper levels of remembrance. Because here we have more hummingbirds, so definitely playfulness and like not being so serious or controlling. And that's a really big thing that I'm feeling from this, that the Mars retrograde, as we move through this post shadow period and ease moving forward, is bringing an invitation towards playfulness and understanding what brings you joy, where have you gathered wisdom, and how do you want to move forward from that? How can you deepen your commitment to create this life that you love so deeply, that is so sacred, that is like a moving prayer for you, that's specific to you and your unique light and your unique relationship with the world around you. So with the furred and feathered friends, which we were already kind of getting some of our animal friends, this card, it speaks about actually being more conscientious of your footprint on the planet, and also really connecting to the animal kingdom. So, and the plant kingdom, I would even say. So if there have been specific we have another hummingbird. So hummingbirds through and through. So if you have been having specific animals coming up, and even the butterflies, like really honor like what medicine is that animal sharing with you, and how can you allow yourself to integrate the wisdom that's trying to come through from the animal and plant kingdoms, so that you can have a deeper connection with these other realms of existence. All right, and then we're just gonna see if there are any like general messages from angels, guides, or loved ones who love you unconditionally. We're gonna pull from the Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. Okay, so here we have the Golden Children, Inner Child, Tenderness, Innocence, and Rare Gifts, which is beautiful because we were talking about innocence. And also, I just want to point out, because I'm being drawn to the crystal and then the eagle. So, and then we did talk about this bird here of this like elevated or higher perception perspective, and also just thinking of like this direct pure connection that you have to source, to God, to whatever it is that you believe in, and allowing yourself to trust that your connection is becoming more structured and more crystallized. And at this time, I do feel called to say that Mars is sharing the message of honoring discernment, your discernment, so that you know what is for you to take action on and not to take action on as you move forward through this next cycle within your life. And just being really mindful of where you're moving from, if it is from shadow or from light. Okay, so with the Golden Children here, this is showing, and especially because we were talking about solar plexus, so maybe you had some deeper inner child work that you had done during this Mars retrograde, or maybe this is something that you're still moving through, but this coming out is really showing that, and even with the stepping through this like birthing process, this reconnection towards your innocence. And innocence doesn't always have to be inner child. It could just really be the innocence of your like your soul or your spirit, your divine spark. And with rare gifts here, especially since we have like the crown energy coming out and just the sacred geometry, really pay attention to what symbols and signs and intuitive hits that you are getting, and really strengthening that in the days to come. And then it might also be, this is making me think it's the sun. So it may also be supportive if you take time to sit with our central sun and to like intentionally ask for whatever light codes are streaming through the portal of our sun to infuse into your body with ease and grace, and just allow yourself to get attunements from our central sun. That might not be for everyone, but if it resonates with you, then beautiful. Okay, and then we'll just get one last card. All right, and we have big picture thinking. Beautiful. So I'm actually gonna move these over a little bit. I didn't realize it was off the thing. So here with this card, big picture thinking, we have Pleiades energy, visionary, and inspired ideas. So this is so beautiful because you can connect with Pleiades energy, or if that is something that speaks to you, you can do the same thing that I mentioned with the sun, but do it towards the Pleiades star system. And I feel called to say, if you don't know what to specifically take action on, or if things are not fully clear, don't rush anything at this time. Do not rush. Allow yourself to settle in to this newness, this energy, and know that at this time, we are in Pisces season anyways, so this is a really good time to kind of like dream and vision, and we do have a nice lineup of planets in Pisces as well. So allow yourself to kind of like dream, to tap into collective consciousness, to the unlimited thought streams available, to find what attunes to you, what resonates with you, and what do you want to really bring into physical form, and allow yourself to like truly dream the world into being, as some people like to say, and know that like if you get stuck on anything, allow yourself to connect with nature, or to play, or to go to the ocean, or to just take time to allow more space, so then that you can reconnect to these like beautiful divine portals that you're moving through, to allow yourself to create what it is that is lying ahead for you as you move about this time. All right, so I feel like that is all from me. I looked up and it was 27:27, so we're gonna close it out. So if you did enjoy this reading, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up, or subscribe if you want to receive more support along your journey. Feel free to leave a comment down below. I would love to read it. And if you're ever looking for some one-on-one support, I do offer private sessions, so you can feel free to check out the links down below, and I would be more than happy to support you along your journey. And I am wishing you so much clarity, really clarity and inspiration at this time, as you integrate these lessons, this wisdom from the Mars retrograde. So thank you so much, and take care until next time, and we'll seal this space with divine love, light, and truth. We are complete.